So I wanted to get into some of the specific assassination attempts, and I think that one of the one attempt that seems like it was literally straight out of a movie, like this was written for a James Bond film, who Alan Dulles was a huge fan of. He's a huge fan of Ian Fleming and the James Bond books that you talk about in Mafia Spies. But this, to me, felt like the most James Bondian assassination attempt was the Marita Lorenz attempt. And I wanted to see if you could tell the story of what happened with, not Martina, sorry, was it Marita Lorenz?
Yes, that's correct.
Marita Lorenz. Can you tell the story of Marita Lorenz's attempted assassination attempt, which is a unnecessary attempt word at the end, but her attempted assassination and how that ended up?
Well, Marita Lorenz was a young woman whose family was fairly affluent, or they enough so that they had a boat that they parked in Havana, and they came to Castro's attention, and he came on the boat and he met Marita, and then Marita's family went to New York, and but they had an affair, Marita and Fidel Castro. And she was ultimately recruited by the CIA to come back to Havana as if she had missed Fidel or whatever. And they eventually wind up in a hotel room. And the CIA had put 2 poison pellets into a jar of cold cream that she carried back with her to Havana. And so when Fidel and Marita got back into a bedroom in Havana, she goes into the bathroom to take out the 2 poison pellets and somehow slip them into, the plan, I guess, was to slip it into Fidel's food or his drink or whatever. And those pellets actually had disintegrated. They had dissolved because of the moisture of the cold cream. And so when she comes back into the bedroom, Castro's got one of his guns on a table. And essentially, just by the way she's acting, he says, "You came here to kill me, didn't you?" And she kind of stalls or whatever. And he says, "Well, here, go ahead if you want to kill me." He points to the gun. And according to Marita, it's at that point where she breaks down and falls into the arms of Fidel Castro, and they make love instead of killing him. She winds up making love to him, and that was probably the most interesting, one of many interesting examples of the attempts to kill Castro. There were also things, as I mentioned, exploding cigars, a number of attempts to poison them. That was the preferred method of the 2 gangsters, rather than have some Tommy guns. But there were also attempts with things like bazookas and long distance sniping and such. But nothing ever got to Castro. It's really quite an amazing story.